Okay, today we are going to talk about the top 5 reasons people are not selling their homes right now. Okay, as you might be aware, we are real estate agents here in San Diego, and we always are tracking what's selling, what's not selling, and why they aren't selling. So today we're going to talk about the 5 reasons why people are not selling their homes. Mm-hmm. What's number 1?
Interest rates. Obviously, people are hearing about that left and right. If you've got a house that you bought that you got some great, 2% interest rate, it's going to be hard to give that up, right?
This is true, because there's 82% of homeowners right now have an interest rate of less than 5%, and currently interest rates are floating right around 7%.
Yeah.
So if there's that many people that have that low of an interest rate, it's hard to justify selling your house that you probably got, hopefully at a reasonable price, with a reasonable interest rate. So they call this the lock-in effect. So if you're looking to sell your home, it's just less appealing to you, unless you really needed to sell. Like you need a bigger home, or you need to downsize.
And some people do. Some people do got it, and you just got to.
Which is probably what most of the people that are buying right now. They're probably either they're renting, they need to buy, or they want to buy, or they're downsizing, or they're upgrading, or they're leaving the state altogether. And according to Redfin, this is the number 1 reason why people are not selling now is because of interest rates.
Number 2 is the lack of inventory, which you might associate with a buyer's issue, right? There's nothing for me to buy. There's nothing, everybody's fighting over the same 3 properties that are up for sale. But that also is an issue for sellers because you will undoubtedly be looking for a replacement property.
Yeah, typically if you're selling a property, you need to go somewhere. Maybe you're buying, maybe you're renting, or maybe you're leaving the state. But if there's no inventory to choose from, you're also less willing to sell your house.
That's right. You're more likely to just stay put. So active listings at a state level, statewide in all of California, took a 34% decline from last year.
It's quite a drop.
Yeah, there's just tons less inventory.
Yeah, and the spring season had the lowest amount of inventory that's ever had on record this past spring. So if you thought the inventory was low, you would be correct, because this is the lowest it's ever been in recorded history.
You're not just imagining things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another reason people might not be selling, this is probably not the main reason why people are selling, because of homeowners insurance. I know this might sound like a strange one to have on the list, but some people have been grandfathered into some of the insurance companies here, like State Farm or Allstate. They are keeping people that already have the insurance here, but if you are looking for new homeowners insurance, State Farm and Allstate and some of the bigger insurance companies are not insuring San Diego or Southern California in general. So if you had insurance that was around $1,500 to $2,000, that same insurance could be double that now if you're trying to get new insurance here in San Diego. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to look to upgrade to a new home. Maybe shop around for insurance beforehand if you're trying to go to a new house, especially in areas that have high fire zones here in San Diego. Those tend to have the higher insurance rates.
That's right. So if you're on a canyon, if you back up to some forestry, I want to call it, is that the right word? A whole grove, a grove of trees.
Back up to a canyon if you're in more rural areas of like Scripps Ranch, Penasquitas, Poway, Escondido.
Right.
Those tend to usually have a higher fire risk, which in turn brings higher homeowners insurance.
That's right. So with the homeowners insurance, it's that sellers don't want to give up the rates that they already have, or just the fact that they even have coverage.
Yeah, it's the same as interest rates. They don't want to give up their low interest rate. They don't want to give up their lower homeowners insurance. So it's all connected, and there's all many reasons why people don't sell. Homeowners insurance is probably the lowest thing on the list, but at least it's just something to consider when you're thinking about
Thought it was something
selling.
worth mentioning because I think a lot of people don't talk about it that much, and then it can kind of creep up on you when you go to buy your new home. You've got to.
I think it's the last thing people think of when they're trying to buy a home here in San Diego, and then they realize how much it is. That is way more than I thought it was going to be. So it's more of just a reminder that home insurance is not as cheap as you might think it might be. So unless you're in in a condo or a townhome, and even some of those, if you're in a townhome that's surrounded by forest or trees or canyons, they do tend to have a higher insurance there too as well.
Number 4 on this list was the cost of preparing a home for the market. So you want your home to look its best before you put it on the market. Obviously you want to get top dollar for it. So there may be repairs or updating that need to be done. And guess what? Because of inflation, it's costing a little bit more. The labor, the materials, the appliances, it's all up price-wise from last year.
Yeah, even if you just want to have your house painted. I would have, say you were trying to paint a 3-bedroom house 3 years ago, and it cost $3,000. Now it's going to cost you $5,000 to do it. So prices of everything, materials, labor, like you mentioned, have all gone up. So it's just important to know that how much things are going to cost to get your house the most money, and doing little updates to your house does help dramatically.
It really does. It does make a difference. So for that reason, some people are saying, I'm just going to stay put because I don't really have that extra cash to really spruce up my house the way that I want to before I put it up for sale.
So that's why it's a good reason to work with a good real estate team that will help you with some of the upfront costs of getting your house ready for sale.
Why you just tied that in? Like a pro.
I kind of just added that.
Look at that.
Smooth,
Way to go.
slid right in.
Way to go.
Number 5 on our list of reasons why people are not selling right now is the media. I feel like the media plays a big part in a lot of things throughout the country here. They like to divide us. They like to,
it's a lot of influence.
Bring fear into your hearts and souls of especially homeowners here in San Diego. There's also a lot of YouTubers out there that say that a crash is coming just to get you the views and subscribers. We really like that. We like to tell you like it is. Maybe we are a little bit more positive than some other people out there. We try to be positive. We're the positive team here in San Diego. But the media does try to scare people into reading headlines, especially if you read a headline and then you're only reading the headlines and not actually reading the article. Usually they'll say something very dramatic, and then what they say in the article is not exactly what they were trying to say. So just be cautious of what you read in the headlines and just look a little deeper into it, and just don't take one news source's word for what's going on in the market, especially other YouTube channels that are very dramatic and scary.
Well, were you telling me about the reporter that was walking around all the new construction?
Oh yeah, so I watched a news report on a guy saying he was walking around a new construction neighborhood, and they said none of these houses are occupied and they're almost done completed.
They're all vacant.
No one's going to move into a house until it's completed. So it's just a very weird thing to say, like, oh, why are no one living in the house? There's no roof on it. That's why no one's living in it. So just be cautious of what you say. Everyone's just trying to get your views and eyeballs.
That's right.
So that's our top 5 reasons why people are not selling right now. But when do you think this will change? This is probably the bigger question on people's minds. A lot of analysts I've been reading, I would read a lot of headlines and a lot of articles to kind of see what people are predicting. And the big thing is people think, which was our number 1 reason on the list, is the interest rates. So people are saying once interest rates get into that, high 4s, maybe low 5 range is when people will probably entertain the idea of selling again. And from what I've been reading from different analysts and economists and all that good stuff, is we probably won't see 5% until the end of 2024. So some people are more bullish or bearish on this topic. I have my exact numbers here. So Wells Fargo expects interest rates to fall to 6% by the second quarter of 2024. The National Association of Realtors expects it to be 6% in 2024. And the Mortgage Bankers Association of America expect it to be 4.9% by the end of 2024. But these guys are the guys that actually give out the loans, so maybe they're just more more positive about that. And also just be aware of not all predictions come true, as we all know.
We don't have the crystal ball.
Back in the beginning of 2023, Bankrate.com predicted interest rates to be 5.25% by the end of 2023. So we're about 3 months from the end of 2023, and I do not see that.
No, I don't see that.
Maybe we hit low 6s by the end of 2023, but if you're expecting interest rates to come down in the immediate future, it's going to be a very slow process to get to where we need to be. But I expect by the end of 2024, I think we'll be definitely, I think personally we'll probably be in the 5% range, 5.5%, 5.75, something like that. And I do think more sellers will come out as interest rates do dot down. So time will tell. We'll see how well this video ages. And
I know, right? We'll go back and watch.
We'll go back and read.
Any of these speculations have come true.
And we'll see if we got any of this correct.
Yeah.
So if this is your first time to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every week. And if you're ever looking to buy or sell in here in San Diego, we'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching, and catch us next time. Bye.